What's the reason you do endless harmonic exercises as a composer and endless variations on the same thing? At the end of the video, you're going to see why. And I just putting that out there. If you want to fast forward to the end to see how we arrived at that point, go for it. Because I'm going to take an example out of my functional harmony book course. This little sequence here forces you to use all 7 chords in a key, in F, etc., etc. And doing this in all keys and all kinds of variations. There's a ton of them in the book. Why do this? Well, if you isolate just the first part, that's a harmonic word. It's a word that you can use as a statement just by itself. And if you take this word, combine it with another word that you may have memorized, you have a new paragraph. You formed a different paragraph than you did from this exercise, using the same initial starting move. Let's not waste time. What else can you do with it? You could actually use the same move over and over again, going counterclockwise through the circle of fifths, because counterclockwise loves 7th chains and strong root movement. So you get this. Now I wouldn't do this forever because I'd probably break out using the other word we just formed to create a different sentence. So you could use it sequentially like this, just over and over again, the same word, and break out using a different word. So this boring little exercise has suddenly turned into moves we could use. I could use it chromatically like this as a starting point for a modulation. Modulating chromatically from C to D. We can use this word to modulate to B flat. Let me do that really quick. Just as an example. So to get to B flat, I used this word twice. Counterclockwise through the circle of fifths. C, F, B flat, E flat. Did a cadence in B flat using a flat 9 dominant, but that's a different story. So now if you think of these as words, then a different voicing can be like a synonym. Same word, voiced differently, different sound. And in my booklet, I do have a ton of exercises that do this. Just mentioning that. I won't mention it again. In fact, you can combine 2 words and a synonym to create a statement like that. Okay, let's speed it up just to show you. So doing these endless exercises like this will pay off because now you can turn this into a little sequential pattern just with the same word and its synonym, moving it to F. All from doing a bunch of these booklet exercises. That's all it is. The point now is that you're going to recognize that this move will always work. Some form of a major 7th, whether it's a synonym or, will always work out resolving to a chord of perfect 5th, root movement down to a major chord. So what's a real life example of this? If you've heard of Samuel Barber's Adagio for strings, he does the same exact harmonic move. Coming up here. I'm just going to pound out the chord first. So that little word that from that exercise is in a completely different feel and key. As the title implies, we're going to take a word from Wagner now. Okay? We'll just call it the Wagner word. It's just a minor 1, minor 5. That's very common to go downward like that. Speaking of Wagner, let's play the sequence for a second. I want to show you something that right here, the ending part there, that's a Wagner word that he uses all the time. Let me show you. In the Tristan, let me just play it. right here. Same word, almost exactly the same. I just wanted to point that out, that words can be reused in different situations. What we're going to do is we're going to create a sequence combining words. We're going to take this adagio or exercise move, maybe as a synonym. Same move, just spelled differently. We'll take the Wagner move, we'll just call it the Wagner move. Maybe voiced differently, because both of these are actually very common moves. We're just using them now to form a different sentence, like this, as if you're in A minor. Because in natural minor, that C major 7th and the F chord are in there. So let me just improvise just really quick. Not the greatest thing, but a bunch of different little words here now. So it may be the basis of a starting point. They're just, all these moves are just a bunch of small words, and here's the end result. And I'll play back an orchestrated version of just the example at the bottom near the end of the video. That is a result of memorizing this teeny tiny move from this exercise. That's why we're doing these exercises endlessly, like this in all keys. So one of the payoffs immediately is I saw that that move is also in adagio for strings. I saw that, heard that immediately when I was thinking of an example, and it leads to taking that and creating variations and different words, and then combining it with the Wagner move. Thinking of everything as just words and synonyms, you suddenly have this starting point that expands in all kinds of directions just by memorizing small moves with exercises like that. And you start seeing endless possibilities of where you can go and in places you've never thought to look before. So here's a little pivotal sequence that is the end result, and we'll turn it into a piece of music at the end. Well, I'll play a piece. Pivot. Harmonic sequence. Combining the Wagner move and the book move, or the adagio move, whatever you want to call it, with some other words that I've memorized. Think of music as just a bunch of small words with synonyms combined with other words to create new sentences. All by memorizing just really simple, basic moves. That's the benefit. Let's play back the sequence now. You guys have a great day.